If you're watching this, do not ignore the sounds coming from your walls. For 2 weeks, I thought the man living next door was just strange. But last night, something with 4 legs crawled up to my bedroom wall and whispered my name through the plaster. I'm not even sure he's human anymore. And after what I found inside his apartment, I know something else is in this building. My name is Daniel, and I've lived in this old apartment building in Michigan for almost 3 years. Nothing unusual ever happened here until someone moved into the empty unit next to me. Unit 204. The first night, I heard footsteps through the wall around 3:15 a.m. Not fast, not steady, slow, dragging, uneven. Each step was separated by several seconds, like whoever lived there was learning how to walk. I shrugged it off. Old building, weird noises, whatever. The next night, the footsteps returned, but this time there was a voice, a low, off-key humming. It didn't follow any rhythm, just a dull vibration that made my chest tighten. It went on for 10 whole minutes, then stopped. Then started again, closer than before. It sounded like someone pressing their mouth directly against my wall. I couldn't sleep after that. On the third night, the humming suddenly cut off. Then came 3 slow knocks on our shared wall. Thump, thump, thump. I froze, staring at the wall from my bed. After a few seconds, I forced myself to look through the peephole into the hallway. The corridor was empty, but under the door of apartment 204, I could see a shadow. At first, I thought it was a person standing there. But the shadow had 4 legs, and they weren't positioned like an animal's. They were long, bent the wrong way, like elbows and knees touching the floor. The next morning, I went straight to the building manager. "Who moved into 204? I asked. He frowned. "Nobody. That unit's been vacant for 8 months. I swallowed hard. "No, someone's definitely in there. I hear footsteps humming." The manager's face turned pale. He shut his office door and spoke quietly. "Daniel, 6 months ago the man who lived there died, but before he did, he claimed something inside the walls was copying him. He said it crawled at night, on all 4s. That night I didn't want to sleep, but eventually I passed out. At 3:27 a.m. sharp, something scratched the wall behind my headboard, not like fingernails. More like joints scraping the plaster, as if elbows or knees were grinding against it. The scratching moved up, then down, then stopped right behind my pillow. Then a voice, soft, broken, whispered, "Daniel." I jumped out of bed so fast I hit the dresser. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I heard a strange sound in the hallway. Someone was breathing inside the crawlspace panel near 204. I pressed my ear against it. The breathing stopped. Then something tapped back. I backed away immediately. A maintenance guy saw me staring at the panel. He whispered, "We don't open that crawl space anymore. Not after what happened to the last tenant." "What happened?" I asked. He said something in there knew his voice. That night, I recorded audio on my phone and left it by the wall. At 3 a.m., humming started again, louder, sharper, almost excited. But then the humming stopped suddenly, and I heard my own voice from the other side of the wall, my exact voice. It whispered, "Daniel, open the door." I couldn't move. My hands were shaking so hard I dropped my phone. Then something began crawling fast from the far end of the apartment, heading straight toward my bedroom wall. I heard all 4 limbs hitting the floor. Thunk, 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 thunk. It stopped directly on the other side of my wall. At sunrise, I'd had enough. If someone or something was living in 204, I needed to know. I went to the door and twisted the knob. It opened. The unit was dark, cold, and smelled like damp concrete. The walls inside were scratched in long, deep lines, knee-height and elbow height. In the corner was a pile of clothing, shredded, but human-sized. On the far wall, written in charcoal, were the words, "Stop answering the walls." Suddenly, I heard movement behind me. Something crawled under the kitchen counter fast and disappeared into a vent. I ran out and slammed the door shut. Tonight, it's happening again, 3:27 a.m. The crawling is back, but now it's inside my walls. The thing moves like it knows the layout of my apartment. It traced the path straight to my bedroom, stopped behind my wall, and whispered again in my own voice. "Daniel, I learned how to walk." The wall is cracking behind me. I don't think I'm alone in this apartment anymore. If this recording uploads by itself, just know one thing. The thing in apartment 204 is not my neighbor. It's a copy of me. And now, it wants the original.